Hi everybody, it's Dawn on October 28th, 2023. It's been 412 days since L'Arche terminated my visits with my brother Paul, my 2-year younger brother with Down syndrome. I had a very tough night because I got a very bad cold, and yesterday was not a good day. As you know, 10 days ago, the judge that we did the hearing before awarded my sister, my 81-year-old nun sister in North Bay, Ontario, 4,000 kilometers away, who belongs to a very wealthy religious community, the Sisters of St. Joseph of Sault Ste. Marie. And I begged to have my in-person visits restored, because when I phoned Paul, at first he used to say, "I miss you, I miss you, I miss you, I love you, I love you, I love you." And then the I miss yous and the love yous got to be fewer and fewer. And I wrote my sister's, I wrote my sister's lawyer in the government last week, and I said, "I'll do anything. Please just let me see my brother." They said I could see him once a month for an hour at the Community Living BC office under supervision of a family counselor. They wouldn't let me, they haven't let me take him to the 2 psychiatrists that I've hired. And I said yesterday I was going to show up. That's the rising sun and the mountains behind me. Yesterday I wrote them, I said, well, I'm going to show up at 1 o'clock, whether, you better have it organized. They said, no, you better not show up, and we won't have it organized. So I tried to phone Paul at 4:30. I'm allowed a 10-minute phone call on Friday, and sometimes they let him come to the phone and sometimes they don't. But I was all ready. I had my Elvis song ready on the computer to play, "Love Me Tender," and I started to play the song, and I said, "Who's that?" And he said, "The Beatles." Oh, I forgot to say, when I called at 4:30, they said, "Oh, he's not here." I get a 10-minute visit. I get a 10-minute visit once a week, and he wasn't there. So it said, "Oh, you can call back later." So I called back at 4:45, and he sounded really out of it. And I said, I played Elvis singing "Love Me Tender." I said, "Who is it?" And he said, "The Beatles." He was totally out of it. I had begged every judge. We've been to the Supreme Court of Canada, and I begged them to, I said, he's already 5 years older than the life expectancy of somebody with Down syndrome. Please hurry. And last week, when I wrote the registrar of the Court of Appeal, I said, please hear this on an urgent basis. It's just this application for him to see the psychiatrist that I've paid. And the registrar of the Court of Appeal wrote back, and he said, "I don't consider this an urgent matter." So when I spoke to Paul, we spoke for 10 minutes. He was out of it. He didn't say my name once. He didn't say "I miss you." He didn't say "I love you" once. I'm not allowed to say "I love you" to him, or they'll hang up. Lars will hang up the phone if I say I love you to him. And he didn't say I love you. This is the first time I've ever spoken to him in my life, and he didn't say I love you. I just feel like we're Hansel and Gretel, you know, the little brothers and sisters. We survived a horrible upbringing. Him being disabled, and I was abused. So we survived it somehow. And we got together when I was 67 and he was 65. And Lars terminated our visits. It was like a miracle that we found each other, and he was still alive. It was like he hung on as long as he could. He's my only relative now left of 6 kids, and my mom in the Lower Mainland. And Lars has allowed me to see him for 1 hour in the last 412 days. But the thing I wanted to tell you is that he didn't say I love you at the end of the telephone call. I've never cried about this. I tried to move as fast as I could. I tried to do all the right things, right to the Supreme Court of Canada, but Lars has him locked up. I survived a head injury. I lost my house. I lost my practice as a lawyer. I lost everything in my house. I was sued by the people who moved my furniture for payment of furniture that I never got. I just lost everything, but miraculously, when I contacted the Community Living BC, Paul was still alive in January of 2021. Paul was still alive. I just thought, I don't care about all of that other stuff. It's a miracle my brother's still alive. And then, as soon as they could, they terminated our visits. And I never did a thing wrong, except for criticize Lars for secretly having my brother sign away all his rights. Anyways, I just had to come here. I just wanted you to see this beautiful place. I don't know if you can see it. The sun hasn't risen yet, but that's Mount Baker behind me. I just wanted to tell you that Paul, for the first time, he didn't say I love you. I just feel like it's too late. I just feel like it's too late. I tried so hard, Paul. Everything I could do, every penny that I had. I tried. Oh God. How is this different than Nazi Germany? The first thing the Nazis did is they killed all the people with Down syndrome. My parents, with all their flaws, they taught me to love and respect people with Down syndrome and disabled people. My mother ran the first preschool for disabled kids in Northern Ontario, just so that Paul would have a school to go to. What rings in my ears is the cruelty of that Registrar of the Court of Appeal of British Columbia. I don't consider this an urgent matter. And now my brother, I don't think he remembers me anymore. Oh God. I just wanted you to see what you've done. I never cried before this. I was always proper. I always did things the right way. I didn't swear. I didn't cry. I just did always the next best thing I could think of. It feels like torture. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know, because the only support system that I have is my Facebook friends. And you stuck by me. You raised $1,335, and I know some of you wrote the email. Good morning.
Good morning.
Some of you wrote the email that I put in the description box for the video. But this is what separating siblings looks like. I just wanted the world to see. I thank you, everybody, and the people who took the time to send the email and to contribute that $1,335. I just wish it could have ended differently. Please, I'm asking you again, for the next person, that's all we're doing this now for, is for the next sibling who L'Arche separates from their loved one. Take a moment, pray for us. Contribute money to the GoFundMe account. Nobody's put any money in there for months, except for me. I put $12,470 in there that I borrowed from Money Mart. But most importantly, cut and paste the email that I've attached to this video. Cut and paste the email and send it off. If not for me, for other people, vulnerable people in my situation and in Paul's situation. All we wanted to do was hang out and have coffee at McDonald's together. That's all we wanted. But L'Arche had to get its pound of flesh. Thanks, Tara Britnell. That's the lawyer who said, "You will never see your brother again." But I also want to thank the BC Human Rights Commission, or sorry, Tribunal. I always call you the wrong name. Maybe too late. I mean, they put a pause on my complaint for it to work its way through Supreme Court. But then they finally lifted the pause, and it's going to go ahead in January. So who knows? I've got a heart condition and lupus. And Paul, he won't remember who I am. By January, when somebody tells you something's urgent, believe them. So please send off that email. I just, the thing about me is I never cry. Never. I never cry. But when Paul didn't say I love you at the end of the phone call, never once did he say I love you or I miss you. Oh, this is so horrible. I can't believe it's happening. Take care, everybody. Paul, today's the day that we're supposed to visit, a Saturday. I'm walking down to McDonald's where we used to go. Every time I look at the Fraser River, I think of you because you knew it was the Fraser River. And it's so beautiful. Paul, I love you so much. I tried so hard. Everything I could think of to do, I tried. But I know in your heart you love me, even if you didn't say it. Bye, everybody.